Welcome back everybody, and thank you for tuning into today's video. Boy am I excited because we're going to get to work a little bit more on our secret base. We haven't been here in a few weeks, so it is kind of weird to get used to everything that's around here, but we're just going to jump right into it. We'll be doing a little bit of terraforming. As you can see, I've already gotten it started by getting a nice little outline going, but it might change a little as time goes on. And then after that, we are going to turn our attention towards the front of my base, redoing this stairway, probably switching it over to primarily tough blocks, but also doing some texturing in the process. And I also want to texture the walls of my base on the outside. Now, I haven't decided quite what it's going to look like yet, but we'll tackle that when the time comes. For starters, I want to finish out this terraforming. That way I don't have to keep hopping over the blocks like that just to get into my base. That's getting pretty annoying. So, let's hurry up and do this. Hopefully I have enough dirt. If not, we'll have to go get some, which shouldn't be too big of an issue, and you've probably already noticed, but I did install some beacons off camera, so we now have speed, or what is it called? Yeah, speed walking, because I don't know about you, but I constantly forget to grab things, especially when I'm building. So just by being able to walk quicker, wow, I can talk. Just by being able to walk quicker, I save a lot more time. And if it sounds like there's dinosaurs in the background, that's because my wife gave me some sniffers. So we'll have to incorporate them into the base somehow. These are honestly so cool. I'm surprised I didn't have any until now. Man, we didn't make it nearly as far as I was hoping. We're probably only about halfway done. So, like I said, we're gonna have to go ahead and get more. Actually, let's go up here first. Grab our elytra and a stack of rockets. Now that we're ready to go, let's go back to home base. And we're gonna go ahead and fly off this way, somewhere on top of a mountain, just to collect a bunch of dirt without it affecting the look of anybody's base. Oh, look at that. I've actually been here before. So, this will be as good of a spot as any. I should have brought my enchanted shovel. I'll be right back. Much better. Although, it does look like it'll need to be repaired soon, so hopefully we can get all the dirt we need before that happens. So, needless to say, I think we got more than enough dirt. I mean, look at this. If that's not enough dirt, then we're doing something wrong. Alright, so that about does it. I have filled in everything that we've had so far, but I am gonna get up on some scaffolding here just to make sure this looks okay. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. It seems like this kind of cuts in a little too quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more to this, make it a little wider over here. The only thing more disappointing than my audio here is finding out that someone finished all the leftovers from last night's dinner. But I'll walk you through what we did. So I started taking down my old staircase to texture it in the new tough blocks. It was at that point that I realized I ran out of tough blocks, so I decided to hop in a minecart and head down to the community welfare center, because I did not feel like gathering all those blocks. Upon my return, I immediately started rebuilding and texturing my new staircase. But as I was trying to put in some new trees For whatever reason, the tree generation just ended up being super weird. So then I decided to try and design my own. Considering I'm not one for designing trees in Minecraft, I'd say these turned out pretty good. Definitely a lot better than what we had going on before, because honestly, I'm not even sure how to explain what those other trees were looking like, but it definitely wasn't going to work out like that. So this suits us much better. So I just got a really cool idea to take all this stone and swap it out with a bunch of spruce planks. Now, I know this might kind of blend in with our entrance here, so we'll have to figure out something for that, but I think this will be a nice addition to our little update that we have going on here. And just like that, it's all changed over. Now, I did decide to put some logs around the border of my entrance here, which I think gives it enough of a breakup to where it doesn't blend in too bad. And I think I'm even going to add some stairs going off each side of the platform, because down the road we're going to be adding more buildings into the mountain. The stairs ended up being a little bit harder to put in than I thought, but we figured ourselves out after I cut away the mountain a little bit. And then I decided to put a border on the edge of the mountain just so we could figure out where that bottom platform would be, because that'll be important later on. Here's a decent view of what we're looking at. You can see I've got about 3 stairs going down onto a platform, and basically along this platform we're going to be building shops and houses and I don't know, all sorts of stuff that I can come up with later on down the road. And they're going to span across the entire mountainside here as far as this village goes itself that we're going to be putting in again at a later date. Now we get to texture the front entrance. And I'll be honest, I am looking forward to this, but yet not looking forward to it at the same time. Just because I have no idea what this is going to look like, and it's a lot of work. So let's buckle down and get to it. This part of the video would look really cool from the third person, but since I can't do that, you guys just get a nice POV. That being said, if anyone knows of a replay mod like pack for Bedrock, please let me know down below. So after about 30 minutes worth of work, this is what we're left with. One thing I am wondering is whether or not I should bring this mossy cobblestone all the way up the side of the wall. If you think I should, let me know down below. So to finish out today's video, I really want to get these lower levels finished, at least the platform for them. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Putting in this platform made a huge difference to the overall look of the base. Not to mention, it was pretty fun spamming all those slabs. Just for some reason, it's so satisfying. But after I got this platform put in, I realized I would need to build some sort of wall, which is what I got to next, as you can see here. But the one thing I wish I would have done is texture it while building it, because going back through and doing that after the fact was a lot of work. But after the texturing, I decided to finish off this wall with a nice fence up top to keep myself from randomly falling off, because we all know how that goes from time to time. So that'll about do it for today's video. This wall turned out pretty cool if I do say so myself, and I mean obviously the grounds here need some work, but I think that'll be the next video. But until then, thanks for watching.